said, I'm a rambler, so you know, it's
No, but I wanted to touch on Bryan Kendrick just a little bit because he's been with WWE now. He's in the Cruiserweight Classic on their network. He's in the tournament. I believe he's in the quarterfinals or the final 8 or whatever you want to call it. So he's still prevalent with WWE. He's been a trainer for them. He's helped out in NXT. He's helped out a few of their female wrestlers. What is your current relationship with Bryan Kendrick, a guy you shared so much of that great chemistry with?
I haven't spoken to him in over a year.
Oh, wow.
No. When you love something, as they say, you let it go. If it's meant to be, it'll come back. You know? So.
Absolutely. Yep. And are you familiar?
All I really got to say about Bryan.
Are you familiar with the Cruiserweight Classic at all?
I mean, I've heard about it. I've seen a few matches here and there. If you want my honest opinion on what it's all about, I'd say that
absolutely.
Their timing is it's laughable. Because before then, what other show would appear on a Wednesday night?
Lucha Underground.
There you go. And what other show on that Wednesday night, Lucha Underground, is an actual threat? Lucha Underground. So they didn't specifically make a tournament of heavyweights for Wednesday night because heavyweight wrestling is boring. It's limited. You know what I mean? What are you going to watch? Zeke or whatever against, you know, some other musclehead? And I mean, let's tune in Wednesday nights for this shit. No. So the fact that they created this cruiserweight whatever, and decided to rape the independence of all these talents and dangle all these carrots in front of these independent guys' faces by saying, like, you're a part of the family now. Not really, but we're going to use you so that we can shine up our product in hopes that people will choose us as the alternative for Wednesday nights. Because the truth is, we don't have a leg to stand on Wednesday night. And they don't. They still don't. So I think the timing is laughable. It's because, like you said, they're what, in the quarterfinals or the finals now or something? How many more of those shows do they even have?
I think the finals are in 2 weeks. I think they're in the quarterfinals right now.
Wonderful. So we'll be 1 week in when their little tournament wraps up. We'll be 1 week in of a 40-episode season. Good timing, guys. I'm not saying they should have timed it at the same time because it still wouldn't have made a difference. We'd still blow them out of the water. But if you watch the matches that we present, their little cruiserweight tournament is the only thing even possibly even in the same universe. I mean, it's not even in the same galaxy, but in the same universe that could possibly even hold a candle to what we're doing. And now I'm not saying that they're trying to emulate us or they're trying to take the attention away. I mean, maybe they were. I don't know. And I think that the workers and the wrestlers that are in that tournament are fantastic. Don't get me wrong. This has nothing to do with the individuals involved. It's the motive behind it. So the individuals involved, half of them are all friends of mine. I think they're phenomenal. I think I'm so happy for them. You know, you got like the Bollywood boys, and you got you got Noam Dar, you got Ciampa, and you got all these guys who are just, you know, Ibushi, you got all these guys. You know, Kendrick's gotten the second win. And it's doing great things for these guys. I'm curious what they've all been getting paid. Just because carrots aren't that expensive. But I'm curious, you know, what the carrot looks like. I have an idea, but I don't really care that much. I'm concerned with what we're doing. I'm concerned with where we're headed in our direction. So, yeah, I don't have a TV. Yeah, I don't really watch any of that stuff. If I'm at a friend's house, I have caught one, I think, of Bryan's matches. Because I'm going to watch anybody's stuff in the tournament. It's going to be his. You know, like I said, I love them. I support them. We don't have to agree. We don't have to ride together. We don't have to go to each other's birthday parties or, tell each other sweet little compliments or any of that stuff. But I love him and I support him, and I always will. So if I had to take a pick, sure, I'd love for him to win that thing, because for his own individual stock, absolutely, it'll just help him more and more. And why wouldn't I want that? My fear is that they're using him. But I'm sure he's aware of that. He's a pretty bright guy. So I wish him luck, and I wish everyone in that tournament luck, and I wish their company luck, because they need it. And at the end of it all, all it really does is enhance pro wrestling. So that's a real benefit to that. It opens up doors for guys who are about to give up on their dream, and here we go. It's like, second wind, I'm motivated again, da-da-da-da-da. And so that's all wonderful, But yeah, I don't know. I just don't trust them. I don't trust them. And the thing that really kind of disgusts me is Kevin Steen's one of my favorite people in the world. I think he's outstanding. I always have. I had some of my best matches with Kevin. And what really disgusts me is to see Triple H with his phony fat smile draping all over Kevin Steen as if he had believed in this guy all along. You know what I mean? Like the bodybuilder, the game himself. Like Mr. Arnold Classic, Mr. Shredded, is now super endorsing this non-bodybuilder. I don't know. It's kind of the anti-pro wrestler if you think about it. From an attitude standpoint, Kevin's amazing, but from like that ideal WWE body or whatever that they valued and cherished for decades, he doesn't fit the mold, and I love that about him, because cookie cutter is boring. But I just think that this Hunter feigning over him bullshit is just that. I think it's bullshit. And I think Hunter does that to try and keep himself relevant at these new guys' expense. It's almost as if Hunter is trying to give himself a rub off of these guys. And it disgusts me. But I don't really pay attention other than that. I'm like, I'm disgusted. Okay, next. Move on to the next thing. On to the shit.
I was just going to say, Kevin Owens just won their newly minted Universal title, and a lot of the complaints.
Yeah, and when I turn on Twitter, every feed on Twitter is pictures of him and Hunter arm in arm. You know what I mean? But Kevin's dancing with the devil. I hope he's careful.
Now, we were talking a little bit about WWE, and I was going to talk about the Cruiserweight Classic as far as Daniel Bryan is concerned, or Bryan Danielson. He's the commentator on the show, but I wanted to equate that to you, obviously. You and him back in ROH had a couple epic encounters, awesome matches. What are your thoughts on, your matches with Daniel Bryan, a.k.a. Bryan Danielson? What do you think about him being retired?
I think it's unfortunate that he's retired, because he really is the best in the world. Let's not play around with him. The guy's phenomenal. He's paid his dues. He's a master. He's a master at what he does. The fact that he's a master at what he does in his early 30s is a real testament to the individual. He's absolutely one of a kind. And I really don't hold any other wrestlers in a higher respect and a higher regard as an individual, as a human being, as I do him. So knowing how much this profession means to him, yeah, it's sad. It's really sad. Then at the same time, how can you not respect a guy who's putting his health first over, that pseudo celebrity? So I think it's great that he's involved. I haven't really, paid attention to any of his commentary or anything, so I don't know. Unfortunately, when you work there, it's like reality TV. When you work there, it tries to pass itself off as genuine and authentic, but the whole thing is just, reality TV is bullshit. Yeah, it's all written. It's all, I'm trying to think of the right word, where it's like, well, you know, it could be interesting. Actually, it's contrived. You know what I mean? And so, you know, I just can't put any stock in anything you watch on their show because it's just not genuine. You know, whether it's an opinion, someone wants to say on the microphone, oh, I can't say that word, or I can't use that word, I can't say belt, or I can't, you know, like, so it's, you know, you're getting one French fry out of a whole large batch. You know, you're just not getting the whole thing. So I'm just not interested. I'm happy for him. I'm glad he's still collecting checks. And I know. I was very gracious for his kind words in his book. That he took the time to even mention me. I thought that was very flattering. But he's a master. I mean, he's one of the absolute best I've ever been in the ring with. And going back to those Ring of Honor matches, I mean, I was greener than these trees I'm looking at right now. And yet he was able to pull an hour match out of me. You know, what does that say about a guy? You know, he probably could have done it with a broomstick. That's not to take anything away from me, but I'm of the mindset where when I go into a match, it's like, what can I learn? What can I learn? What can I learn? What can I learn? And it'd be impossible to be in the ring with Bryan for even a minute and not learn something. So I valued those matches. I mean, they really helped me mold into what eventually propelled me into getting a job, you know. Just because he's so smart. You know, he's just so smart. He's so well-rounded. I mean, I've just never seen anybody like him. You know, I just think he's phenomenal. Yeah, those matches kind of prove it. You know, I don't watch any of them because I cringe watching my stuff. But he's always a joy to watch. So we beat the crap out of each other. I remember I chopped him in those Ring of Honor matches. I remember because I'd hop in the van with Rudy Boy and we'd drive 40 hours to Philadelphia for, you know, a 10, 15-minute match. And we'd hop, if we didn't have the time, we'd just hop back in the van and head straight back to San Antonio, another 40 hours back. But on the occasion that we would get a hotel, we'd chill out afterwards. And I remember one of these times, it wasn't our hour-long match, but maybe one of the other ones. I remember chopping him, and I guess I opened up his chest. And like a couple of days later, he goes, "Yeah, remember when you opened me up with those chops and stuff? For some reason, the cuts on my chest started to turn green." I was like, "What the fuck? You know what? Like, I don't have dirty nails or anything. Like, what?" And he's like, "I don't know." We were just baffled. But I guess I don't know. I'll never forget that. He had this look on his face. He was just like a surprised amusement, but we were laughing about it. I was like, this guy could have some sort of crazy infection, and we're just laughing about it. But yeah, I don't know. He's a joy to be around. He would stay on my couch whenever I was going to college at Texas State. Well, it was Southwest Texas at the time, but Texas State now in San Marcos. And whenever he would be in the area for shows, whatever, he would stay with me and sleep on my couch. And he's just one of the guys, you know. He's a great dude. Not pretentious, you know, I need this and that. He's a low-key dude, you know. He's that kind of guy I like hanging out with.
He's definitely one of the best of all time. It's, you know, kind of